You better get down in there too. It's going to be hot in there.
We've already got Ellie's husband picked out.
Oh, really? Who's that?
Aaron's oldest grandson.
Oh.
He's awesome.
He is. He is. He's definitely smart. And now he learned to play the piano, and so now he's. What did he play by Minnie the Mermaid?
Oh, he hears anything on the radio, and he can do.
And he just plays it on the piano.
But he's gonna play football this year, and he's all personality, and he's all cool and cute, and he's really awesome.
Wow.
Arranged marriage.
Has Ellie met him yet?
No. Well, we don't want to. I mean, not yet.
Save it. I've shown it.
Oh. We can get a little older and get this bullshit behind him.
I showed him the picture of her with the people. She doesn't know it now. Yeah,
Is that your program down here?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Richard. Yeah, I like him because he's a smart guy. When I was just on Facebook, his place.
I was going to step on it.
There was a lot of pictures. There were a lot of interviews. He was nice. Did you see the new cartoon? Have you seen the new cartoon that they did?
I've seen the movie.
The new movie, yeah. Not a new one. Oh.
Twice.
I was stabbing
Can I borrow this for a minute? I'm not doing anything. I'm standing here.
No, don't act like you're innocent.
I'm standing here. What?
They've got a hang up.
Well, I think we've been here all hour. Oh, when it's closed.
Wow, 8.
My watch is fast. Look at my mind. I don't have my Bible.
You don't have your digital watch on that.
No, I just don't have my Bible. Down just a tad.
It used to be hot up there.
Okay. You want to love Nanny? He'll eat it all night, yeah. Except on Granddad, he has to be a little bit rougher. Because she's like this. Yeah. No, I've never rubbed it at all. He asked if I've ever rubbed your back. Only when I need something. He loves it when she rubs. Oh my God. She's strong, yeah.
He wanted me to come up with all that dust. Every night, he would rub my back. Every morning. Just before I went out to go to bed, he would say, "Ken, you want to get up? What do you want for breakfast?" I finished with that. I said, "You can rub my back tonight?" I said, "Next minute." I said, "Well, you want to know what I want for breakfast?" What do you like me to rub on my breakfast?
I took care of you, though. They lent us theirs.
Wow, they love you.
They love me. And Genesis truck.
Wow, but it wasn't brand new. And the truck. That motorhome was a truck too.
When they lent us the truck and with the motorhome.
They had used it.
Not much.
What was
And
that?
we brought it back. Awesome.
Well, we'll never know how you would have done with the motorhome.
Yeah, you're right. We'll never know. Actually, Lord was like, no, when your dad wants yours,
I got 27
all this work, probably, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks following. Right now,
What's
how
that?
I can read on the.
See if anybody we know is
Not at all. He's in a binder. No, baby, you can't read while we're here. Most of them are going to be $10,000. Well, we have a possibility for more. But it was good to do because I know.
Well, it's too bad because you could have done really well. There was.
Well, we were going to do the loan. When we couldn't get a bank to do it, then we went to the dealer and said, can we just buy 3 trailers from you? And they said, no. Our lenders, you know, this is like a luxury item, and they're really not going to, they'll finance one, but they're not going to finance 30. But now I know I have to have, each trailer has to be rented out 5 days a month in order to make, that's my break even. And I know projected where we'll be in a couple of years, and I know what the national average is for all that stuff. He had a name federal account, and I had another federal account. And then it got to be too confusing, so we just, all of our checks go in. I just never told him money.
Hey, they're coming in. The faculty. Yep. The faculty. I don't know. That's pretty open. If I had to wear one of those stupid ass gowns, I wouldn't have gone to graduation. Yeah. You know, I really enjoyed being a teacher, and I really enjoyed the kids, but teachers are fucked up. I did not enjoy hanging out with teachers. I was a teacher one day, and his wife, she said, is that real? How can you afford a Rolex? I said, I can't afford a Rolex. She said, what kind of car do you drive? I don't have a car, so I had to buy a Rolex.
Let me just take a quick picture before I speak. 1 second. Jordan, your phone's not working right now, but that's pretty unfortunate. All right. My name is Matthew Irving, and I'm the senior class president. We've spent the last 4 years thinking about the ever-important question, who am I? Now, I'd like to talk about who are we, the Anacortes High School class of 2015. We're an eclectic class. We span a huge array of interests, from robotics to athletics to singing, dancing, and acting. I thought, what better way to talk about our class than to actually talk about some of the individuals who make up the class of 2015. I wish I could talk about every single senior sitting here, but I only have enough time to talk about 6 people who I think really show who we are as a whole. We have our musicians and vocalists who express their joy through music. What would our football and basketball games have been like without someone like Jake Farley, a guy who brought straight up swagger to our drumline? Who will ever forget Jake destroying those Burlington Edison Tigers as he played the drums upside down during the Tiger Hawk Challenge? The pure energy of that performance, that moment, brought chills to the audience and got us turned. It's T-U-R-N-T, turned. Last year, I was lucky enough to sit by a new student in calculus class, straight out of Texas. His name is Anders Shobin. With the patience of a saint, Anders helped me every chance he could as I struggled to understand tough concepts, like finding the derivative of inverse trig functions. This swag-filled calculus overlord and computer science wizard took me and many others under his wing on a majestic ride to success. Anders is as unselfish as they come. The next 2 people I'd like to talk about are Mithil Davis and Jordan Neville. I know people always talk about a school or business's culture, but what does that really mean? 2 teenage boys choosing to get up an extra 30 minutes, yes, 30 whole minutes early, which at our age, let me tell you, that's a big deal. every single morning to brighten up people's days by greeting them as they walked through the door to the high school. They didn't have to. Heck, Mitchell wasn't even in student leadership class. But they were there every morning with a boombox blaring Marvin Gaye and Macklemore, dishing out high fives to every single senior, junior, sophomore, and even those things we call freshmen. Sorry about that. As they walked through the doors to our school. And when coffee simply wasn't enough to wake you up in the morning, they shocked the world wide awake with unusual events such as a human petting zoo. Yes, that was as weird as it sounds. These two have done a great deal to improve the culture of our school, though some humans may have been harmed in the implementation of the petting zoo. I was at a Kiwanis Noon Club meeting a couple weeks ago, and I had the honor of sitting next to the one and only Hope Fryer. Hope is one of the most intelligent, compassionate, amazing people I've gotten to know over the last few years. Hope gave a speech at this particular event, and something she said during that speech really meant a lot to me. Hope said, "People all over the world are in need, and I want to make sure that every family in need has ample opportunity to receive help from the people who want to help them. Someone just needs to connect the leaders with the oppressed, and I hope to be that link." Good job, Mr. and Mrs. Fryer, wherever you are up there. Your daughter definitely lives up to her name. The last person I would like to mention tonight is Mr. Jason Estrada, a.k.a. Wolf Dog. Jason was new to the Anacortes High School community this year, having moved here from California. But boy, did he make an impact on those of us who were fortunate enough to get to know him. What sets Jason apart is how thoughtful he is. You know, on Facebook, when you get a notification that it's someone's birthday, many of us ignore it or send maybe like a happy birthday message to the person. Pretty half-hearted. Not Jason. No, not Jason. He, a baker extraordinaire, baked brownies, cookies, and cakes for people on their birthdays. The recipients of his baked goods aren't limited to his close friends either. In fact, Jason estimates that he has baked things for more than 20 different people this year. Talk about being a thoughtful guy. Jason also told me something that really stuck with me about his transition from school in California to his senior year at AHS. He said, "For 3 years, I was in a pack. Then I moved and became a lone wolf. But then I found a new pack. They welcomed me, were friendly, lovely, amazing. I loved them, they loved me, and we always had each other's backs. I spent 10 months with this pack, and I tell you, it was the best 10 months of my life. We call ourselves the Anacortes Seahawks. I'll never forget this pack, and I will keep them remembered in my heart. Wolf Dog, you just keep doing you, buddy." The reality of graduating has kind of been sinking in for me over the last few days. I look out here and see my best friends in the whole entire world. It's overwhelming to know that all of this is coming to an end. We've literally grown up together, and now it's over. Never again will we roll through that stop sign, turn left, then turn right into senior parking on our way to school. Never again will we go out to Pizza Factory with our buddies at lunch and get the student special, 3 slices for $3.25 and a soda. Never again will we suit up and perform for our school, whether it's for band, choir, robotics, or athletics. Never again will we do roll call or sing the alma mater. Our safe haven here at Anacortes High School is gone. I learned something from opening myself to the people that I mentioned earlier. It's that you never know what happiness can come from unexpected people. One person really can make a difference in another person's life. I know this because each of them made a difference in my life. Those 6 people are indicative of our class as a whole. I could go on probably for 6, 7, 8 hours and still not encompass all of the individuals and all that our class has done for each other. Anacortes High School class of 2015, who are we? We are kind, caring, happy, passionate, and motivated. We are difference makers. That baby's a difference maker too. I am truly honored to know each and every one of you. Thank you.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, the things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. So I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling stronger. With small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you
Hi. I'm just going to go ahead and start. As Harry entered the magical gates of Hogwarts, we too entered the not-so-magical doors of Anacortes Middle School, a.k.a. the 2 most awkward years of our lives. And for all of you cringing about how you looked back then, just remember Hermione and Neville Longbottom from year 1 at Hogwarts. It took them 7 years to get hot, and we've only had 6, so basically what I'm saying is we still have 1 year left to make it happen. 7th grade was a time of change as we all got sorted into our own cliques. Some, like Malfoy, found their place in no time, and others, like Harry, were tossed between a few before finally finding the group. Each clique contained a few bad qualities and a few good ones. Yes, even Slytherin. And although each house was separate, we all shared many of the same experiences. We all had our own Snape, that teacher you hated at first but learned to love, and we all looked up to our own Dumbledore, or Headmaster Harrington minus the cool beard. And we all faced the butterflies in our stomach as we had our first slow dance, which was about as awkward as Ron and Hermione's flirting. And together, like Hermione, we all fought our own trolls in the bathroom, or scary I've already hit puberty 8th graders in the halls. As J.K. Rowling wrote in her first book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, but from that moment on, Hermione Granger had become their friend. There are some things you can't share without ending up liking each other, and knocking out a 12-foot mountain troll is one of them. Yet despite the slightly embarrassing moments of middle school, we started to become more conscious about ourselves and what that meant. The mirror of Erised had been revealed, and as we stood before it, we saw our deepest desires and dreams and insecurities. Our childhood innocence was slowly being scraped away, even though many of us didn't realize it yet.
All right. In 7th grade, we got an idea of what middle school was like. We figured out how to behave, where our classes were, and how to survive without recess. That's why when 8th grade hit, we knew exactly what to expect, and there weren't too many new surprises. We were comfortable in 8th grade, and for some people, that might have been a little boring. There was, however, a mysterious building down the street that we all wanted to know more about, but for some reason, no one was giving us any decent information. Like Harry Potter waiting in his room to hear back from Hogwarts, we awaited news about high school, but none came. Until one day, we finally got to walk in through those doors and receive a very odd tour given to us by what seemed like the coolest, most qualified kids in all of high school. We later learned that pretty much anyone can give those tours, including me, which really took away some of the magic. Anyways, I'm assuming that most of us had a much easier year than Harry did. We didn't have to fight off any basilisks, or, spoiler alert, partially defeat Lord Voldemort. But maybe in 8th grade you found your dweeby genius friend Hermione. Or maybe you met your stunningly sculpted Ron Weasley. If you were really lucky, you may have even stumbled across your little buddy Dobby. I know I have. In a way, high school was our chamber of secrets, partially because we didn't know what was in there, and partially because the chamber of secrets led Harry to greatness. It was the first time that he realized that there were more important things in life than Quidditch games and his rivalry with Malfoy. 8th grade was when we got our first introduction to high school and adult life. And in 8th grade, our friendships developed, and a few may have blossomed into the relationships that we carried all the way throughout high school.
So, we graduated to 8th grade. So excited to enter this chamber of secrets. That was AHS. After a few weeks in this new, exciting place, many of us realized what the high school really is. A prison. Much like Azkaban in the 3rd Harry Potter book. Instead of the prisoner of Azkaban, we were all the prisoners of Anacortes High School. I mean, we were not allowed to go out to lunch off campus. It wasn't all bad. We still had some freedoms, like we could choose what type of pizza we wanted from the Hawk Stop. But, like most prisoners, we got what we most wanted taken away because of some new health standards so graciously bestowed upon us by people apparently much smarter than those actually eating the lunches. Shout out to Michelle O for that one. One of the main characters in this book is Sirius Black, a man Harry believes to be plotting to kill him. However, it turns out at the end of the book that Sirius was Harry's godfather and his greatest ally all along. Throughout freshman year, many of us thought of our teachers as the prison guards, sucking fun out of our days, much like the Dementors who suck the souls of those who don't behave in Azkaban. Little did we know that our teachers were our Sirius Blacks, and the real Dementors were down the street, cooped up at Anacortes Middle School. The class of 2016, who, upon entering these hallways, did nothing but suck our souls.
We all go through high school in hopes of discovering more about who we really are. During this time, we take part in new adventures, are faced with difficult times, and encounter incredible people along the way. We face many obstacles, gain new perspectives, and learn from our mistakes and differences. A major year for this personal development occurs during our sophomore year. Yes, that awkward middle stage of high school where we are able to grow, figure out who we are as individuals, all the while finding our passions along the way. You may think that sophomore year held no importance. Like every year of high school, it too holds its own special significance. Up until our second year of high school, we had experienced very few changes in our lives, so it was up to us to make something of this time. We were encouraged to try new things and look at the world through a different lens. But like anything, when we engage the world in a new light, our eyes are open to both triumph and adversity. Like when we as a class experienced a little bit of adversity when we tried to bend the rules on our homecoming float sophomore year. We got disqualified for our less than positive school spirit, but from this disappointment, we are able to go stronger as a class by learning from our mistake. We can see this similar adaptation to life's challenges in the Goblet of Fire. During the Triwizard Tournament, Harry was thrust into the face of adversity in the form of 3 distinct trials that he had to overcome. Whether it was casting a summoning charm to get past the dragons or discovering the secrets of a golden egg to obtain valuable information, Harry was able to overcome many obstacles by looking at things in a different light. Like Harry in his 4th year at Hogwarts, I sincerely hope that all of us were able to figure out a little more about ourselves during sophomore year. To those of us who are graduating, still in high school, or getting ready to come, high school is an exciting new adventure. Just like Harry winning the Triwizard Tournament, we can all accomplish great things whether in high school or not. Remember to keep an open mind, and in the words of J.K. Rowling, where's the fun without a bit of risk?
Junior year began a new chapter. This is the year the class of 2015 realized the strength of education, in the sense that education is empowerment. Not only were we empowered to learn as individuals within these purple halls, but also we were empowered to build strong teams. Much like in the 5th Harry Potter book, The Order of the Phoenix, Hogwarts students encountered a pretty challenging learning environment, but they learned that when unified, the class could take on any challenge. We, the class of 2015, excelled in teamwork. Other than float building, we were exceptional. Numerous challenges and opportunities arose within the classrooms at AHS. As juniors, the rigor of AP classes, the stress of SAT and ACT tests, and the pressure of maintaining good grades was upon us. But we came to the realization that our education is the only thing no one can take away from us. Many of us took the challenge of balancing what we truly were passionate about along with our academic strengths. We grew weary of homework. We became exhausted from sports, drama, band, and choir practices, club meetings, and the list goes on. But we continued to grow on the field, on the court, behind the camera, on stage, and even at our jobs. Through all this, our class persevered. We used each challenge as a building block to the next. We knew the hard work would lead to something amazing. We became inquisitive explorers. We pushed ourselves, our friends, and even our families. Perseverance and determination was what it took to get through junior year. As I reflect upon that year, I'm reminded of a quote from Helen Keller. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. This is the true essence of the junior class. Together, we applied our talents in everything we did. Through all these experiences, the class of 2015 remembered the strength of unity and the power of education. Near the end of junior year, we were faced with a bittersweet reality. Some of our closest and most respected role models and friends were graduating. We would soon be taking their place as seniors, and then we just couldn't wait to read book 6 our senior year.
Our OWLs, or SATs and ACTs, taken. We entered our last year in high school, and suddenly we realized how different and safe our little community was compared to reality. Perched on the edge of adulthood, we took in the familiar, the best friends, overprotective parents, and magic spells that protected us, and prepared to leave what we had once taken for granted behind, including the little things, as George Weasley stated eloquently, saying, "Well, we find we appreciate you more and more, Mum, now that we're washing our own socks." Most importantly, though, we suddenly came face to face with figuring out the questions that had plagued our high school careers. Who am I? Where am I going? And how am I going to get there? Many people interpret this as, how am I going to leave my legacy on the world? How will I immortalize myself? In Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Harry learned that in high school, Voldemort discovered a way to fragment his soul through objects called Horcruxes to become just that, immortal. He invested himself in material things, diaries, gold cups, rings, simply to gain power. In our lives, we will have to make decisions to determine our own legacies. You don't have to sacrifice who you are and what you believe in to make your mark on the world. What these questions should mean to all of us is, what do you do to keep your soul whole? And how will you continue to do that? In this class, I see people passionate about so many different things: writing, politics, athletics, robotics, performing, fashion, traveling, Netflix. Our years together as a class have helped us begin the process of realizing ourselves and our true passions. I urge all of you looking forward to keep your soul whole, to look deep inside yourself and search for what makes you come alive, and to know that these 3 questions' answers will continually change. Thank you.
In the beginning of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Harry, Ron, and Hermione stood in the same place as we do here today. They would not return to the comfortable setting of Hogwarts, but rather venture out into an unfamiliar world, not sure of where they would be going or what they would face. This was the darkest novel of the series. The trio faced their toughest challenges and were forced to grow the most as people. Dumbledore had a few words for Harry when Harry was worried about returning to the tumults of the real world. He said, "Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living, and above all, those who live without love. We are all about to go out and face life. Life is hard. Life is frightening. Life is unfair. Love is the key to making life worthwhile. It could be love for a sport, career, subject, hobby, religion, or person. Love can be found in an infinite number of ways. Finding a strong, unshakable love that becomes part of who you are is what makes you stand steady in spite of the darkness and chaos life might be throwing at you. The love in your life is what makes the struggles you face worth it. In the end, despite its darkness, the seventh book yielded the most fulfilling rewards for the trio. This book is where they truly found the love and passion in their lives. This is when we will find ours. But I can't guarantee you won't lose an ear in the process. Band seniors, it is now time for you to join the band.
I look out there today and I see most of you guys look like you lived through the 80s. So there's a song by David Bowie and Queen called Under Pressure. You guys know that song? Was that even an 80s song? I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Garrett. Anyways, the song Under Pressure, I heard it like 2 weeks ago, and I was told that I had to do this speech. And I definitely was feeling the pressure. Under pressure, I feel that since we walked into school, which was September 4th, 2011, I think. I know, September is the start. We walked into school and that's what it was. It was pressure we were under. It was pressure to fit in. Pressure, okay, I want to go talk to these seniors and I don't want them to push me away or say, hey, get out of here, buddy. You're not old enough, sorry. And that's kind of what it was, I feel like, at first, is fitting in, getting in there and really putting your foot in the door, you know? And And I feel that sometimes that can take over what's really right, you know? Julius Irving, or Dr. J, he plays basketball. I just found that out on Google. He says, I firmly believe that respect is a lot more important and greater than popularity. Now, I didn't really see this until I was about a junior in high school. A junior in high school is when I finally found out that, you know, being popular, that's great. You're with people all the time. It's cool. You guys are rad. You got your squad, you know. But I found it was time to start my independence. It was time to start my own path. And I started thinking about people more, thinking about things to do that I don't normally do that actually means so much to someone. For example, walking through the hallways, seeing someone you've never talked to before, and just saying hello, saying what's up, singing their birthday, singing to them on their birthday, all of that. I never knew that I would start to be enlightened by that kind of stuff. This year, Scott Severieri, during his senior presentation, hey Scott, I don't know if this is right, but this is kind of how my brain let it go. Here we go. So he said, I'm not a follower, but I am not someone who acts as if they have power. I just do my own thing. I mean, I think that's kind of along the lines. But anyways, I really thought about that, and I thought, wow, being a leader isn't to be on the podium. Being a leader is acting as if you're a role model to those who you can see doing the same thing you are. Being a role model and trying to express that life is independence, life is you, and life is others. I started to think about that, and then I started to think about communication with others, and how at this school I learned a lot about communication. I learned all of that from the teachers. All of that from the teachers. They deserve so much respect because for what they get paid for, they are here for us. They were here for us the whole time. So props to the teachers. So all I want to say, guys, is that today there's 184 of us, and not only do I look at you guys as my graduating class, but I look at it as 184 opportunities. Tomorrow we're going to wake up. Well, we're not going to wake up because we're not going to sleep all night. But 2 days. Let's give it 2 days. 2 days. We're going to be officially on our own path to success. And it is up to you guys and us, all of us, to make our goals and set our dreams high. And on a less serious note, if you guys haven't seen this movie or you don't get this, wow. You ever seen a graduate smile, Chief? Kind of like a dog smile, all big and wide like. 184 kids come into school. 184 men and women walk out of the school. Class of 2015, shark in the water.
Vanish to the other side now.
There are places that
These places and their moments with lovers and friends, I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love them all.
For people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you
Am I not the most fortunate principal in the Valley or what? Congratulations, 2015. A quick aside, I meet with principals from the Northwest League every month during the school year, and sometimes I have to sit on my hands and keep my mouth shut because of all the great things we do here at Anacortes. Good evening, I'm John Rongren, principal here at Anacortes High School, and tonight we celebrate the graduation of the class of 2015 from Anacortes High School. In a few moments, our graduates will receive their diplomas, marking a major milestone in their lives and in the lives of their families. Before I share some information on this class, or should I say before I ask a few of our graduates to share some information about themselves, I would like us to take a step back to the spring of 2011 when many of our graduates were attending their middle school moving up assembly in this very gymnasium. It was then when they first heard the phrase college and career ready. What exactly does college and career ready mean? To some, it means graduating with the academic skills and a discipline necessary to be a successful student at a community or technical college. To others, college and career readiness implies that they have been exposed to the academic rigors required to prepare them for a successful transition to college or university life. Yet for others, college and career ready denotes that they have developed the work ethic, the people skills, the drive necessary to excel in a number of post-secondary opportunities, including the military, apprenticeships, or for some heading directly into the world of work, or for those fortunate enough taking a gap year and traveling the world. Regardless of their direction, our goal at Anacortes High School is to provide graduates with the experiences that contribute to a sound academic preparation, emotional growth, and development of citizenship, ultimately preparing them for a very dynamic and competitive world that lies ahead. Yes, many of our graduates have made the most of their high school experience, in spite of the sleep deprivation, the late night study sessions, and working part-time jobs late into the evening. Stressful at times, you bet. A taste of what lies ahead? Absolutely. Our graduates this year have earned over $2.3 million in scholarships. And they have been accepted to renowned colleges and universities throughout the United States. This not only reflects that they not only leave Anacortes High School prepared for what lies ahead, but that they are also not afraid to venture outside their comfort zone and experience the world around them. Over the course of the last 4 years, our graduates have participated in our advisory program that assists them in preparing them to become truly college and career ready. Within our advisory program, we ask students what we refer to as the Big Three, which you've heard earlier tonight. Who am I, where am I going, and how will I get there? These three guiding questions are woven throughout their 4 years at Anacortes High School, starting at their 8th grade moving up ceremony. Tonight, rather than tell you how the class of 2015 responded to these questions, I've asked a few of our graduates to share their stories with us tonight. It is my hope that you will leave here with a better appreciation for who the class of 2015 is and who they are about to become. Our first question, who am I?
Hello. So my name is Katie Dyer. I hope you all know me. I'm here to talk about who I am as a person, but most importantly, why none of us are the same in any way. What makes me different and who I am? To start, I grew up here in Anacortes, and I've never even moved once, not even houses. Throughout the years, I've faced many challenges. I faced many medical problems, including brittle bones, being deaf in my left ear, and having multiple surgeries to my heart, the most recent being last summer to replace my pulmonary valve. I've overcome so much in my junior and senior year, including retaking chemistry after failing it last year. And huge shout out to Mr. Anderson for helping me get farther in the class than I ever thought. My overall point here is to tell you all standing here that we should never let events in our life slow us down and control who we are or who we could become. A few more things about me. I'm a very determined and stubborn person. I let nothing get in the way of achieving my goals. If you take anything away from my speech today, take away that if you want something, be it big or small, never let anything change who you are. But if you can't achieve your goals, don't let it get you down either. If you just can't do what you want to do and get what you want, do what my mom always tells me and shake it off.
Our next question we ask our students, where are we going?
Cześć wszystkim, nazywam się John Schaefer i chciałbym wam powiedzieć coś o moim liceum. Hi everyone, I'm John Schaefer and I'd like to tell you about my high school experience. I'm graduating today and like everyone else here, I'm excited about it. So what is so different about my story than everyone else's? Well, maybe that my senior year here was the only year I spent in American high school. As you can conclude now, I wasn't born and raised in the United States. I moved here last September from a country in Central Europe, Poland. The reason for that is quite simple. I wanted to improve my English skills before going to college. After all, English is my second language, and a little prep never killed anyone. I am a dual national, which means I'm American like most of us here, but I'm also Polish. When moving here, I really had no idea what to expect. My knowledge about American schools came only from books and movies. The first time I came to this building was the one day before the school year started. And I have to admit that moving here to Anacortes was a good decision. I was staggered with how everyone is nice and helpful. Also, I have met a bunch of truly amazing people. It was so easy to adapt here, and trust me, Polish culture is completely different than American culture. I've experienced no moment of regret by coming here. Thanks to this school, I am who I am right now, and it's a pleasure to graduate today on this awesome day. I plan to obtain a transfer degree from Skagit, earn my business degree from Western, and then open my own kebab restaurant. Did you know that it's very difficult to find a good kebab in America? From here, I would also like to thank some people that enabled me to stand here where I am. I appreciate everything people did to help me reach my goal of attending college in the United States. So I would like to thank my counselor, Mrs. Lundgren, for all the help and kind words. Also, I've never met a more awesome school principal, so shout out to Mr. Lundgren. And I would like to thank all my teachers for kind words and patience. I hope I wasn't too annoying. And thanks to all the amazing students in my classes. You guys are awesome. Thank you everyone for this great year. My only regret is that I didn't move here earlier. I can't believe it went so fast. I hope my next school will be as cool as this one.
Our third question, and how am I going to get there?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Janet Benicia Garcia, and if you knew me, you'd know I go by Benny. And if you really knew me, you'd know I love to talk and make connections with new people. I was asked to speak tonight about how I'm going to get where I'm going. So, what is my end goal? I didn't know at first, but through the support of teachers at AHS, shout out to Ms. Robinson, the counselors, shout out to Ms. Leahy, our principal, Mr. Rongren, and our amazing staff, shout out to Ron, and my amazing family, you guys know who you are. I realized what my strengths were. After a lot of thought, I came to the conclusion that I need to turn my love of communications into a career. Through the Avid Junior Trip and college research, I discovered that Washington State University had the best communications program in our region, and it was the best fit for me. Through a lot of hard work in high school, I was accepted to WSU, and I am now grateful to be able to attend. This has happened through savings, thank you Mom and Dad, scholarships, and loans. I am committed to studying hard and will continue to make connections with new people. I've learned that to be successful, it is so important to be able to build relationships. Congratulations, class of 2015. Good luck on your journey. I hope you turn out successfully. And remember to never stop communicating.
Most certainly we will miss the class of 2015. Many of us present tonight can testify to their incredible academic achievements, their passionate performances in the arts, their pursuit of excellence in the applied and technical sciences, and numerous athletic competitions. The cohesiveness, camaraderie, and compassion this class has demonstrated to each other is an attribute they will forever be remembered for. And now, graduates, as we celebrate this major turning point in your life, I think it is appropriate and customary that your principal leaves you with a few time-tested quotes. In the confrontation between the stream and the rock, the stream always wins, not through strength, but through persistence. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Henry David Thoreau. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you might find you get what you need. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. The late Maya Angelou. Lastly, please listen. Remember when you thought your parents didn't know anything? Watch how incredibly smart they become over the next 10 years. Your principal. This is my 4th graduation as principal at Anacortes High School. Those who have attended in past ceremonies may recall that I shared lyrics from songs that I believe capture the spirit of each graduating class, and I usually come up with this as I'm driving home from work in the springtime. In past years, I've selected Tattoos on This Town, See You Again, and last year, Compass. Well, this year's no exception. I would like to share a few lines that come to mind when I think of this class, provided by Rascal Flatts, the song My Wish. I wish for you is that life becomes all you want it to be. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting what you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. This is my wish for you. As you begin the next chapter in your life, rest assured that Anacortes High School, the staff, and the student body will always be with you and walk along your side. I would like to end my speech this evening by thanking the entire Anacortes High School community. Without their continued professionalism, persistence, communication, commitment, and support, our graduates would not be here tonight. And to our classified staff, our cooks, custodians, administrative assistants, paraeducators, thank you for keeping our wheels on the buses. To our certificated staff, our teachers, counselors, and support staff, thank you for your caring ways and unwavering belief and commitment in our student body. To my administrative team, I am forever grateful for you and your ongoing support. I would like to take a moment to recognize Mr. Rick Mergenthaler, our athletic director, who is retiring this year. Could we all give Rick Mergenthaler a round of applause? Lastly, I would like to thank my administrative assistant, Monique Malama, for her hard work and planning that goes into graduation each spring. Class of 2015, I am very proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations, and may all your wishes come true. I leave you with this. Be kind to those less fortunate, and always remember where you come from. Go Hawks! Superintendent Wenzel, it is an honor to inform you that these students have met the graduation requirements for the Washington State and the Anacortes School District and are therefore ready to receive their diplomas. Thank you. Class of 2015, please pose with me.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Wenzel, Superintendent of the Anacortes School District. What a great celebration this evening. Thank you for being here to join us for this important ceremony tonight, and a special warm welcome to those of you who have traveled from afar to honor these fine young men and women. To our parents and families, having spoken with many of you, I know that your hearts are full with joy and a twinge of sadness this evening as we send your students out into the world, having completed a major milestone of their lives. You've worked hard to get here, and you have a lot to be proud of. The school district congratulates you for your success and thanks you for the great partnership you've provided on this journey. Graduates, I'd encourage you to take a little bit of time in the next few days to share your gratitude with family members Maybe even hand write a letter sharing specific things they've done to help you throughout your school years. This is an important time in life. Your words mean a lot, and sharing them is a gift. To school staff and school board, we come again to this year-end culminating event where you watch the students of Anacortes High School, young people you've come to know so well, don their caps and gowns and sit together for a final commemorative ceremony. You've worked hard to enrich these students' lives. You've been there to explain a challenging math problem after school, stay up late correcting an English paper, give meaningful feedback on a science lab, develop good welding techniques, and explore how to launch objects from a handmade trebuchet. You've also helped students develop good Spanish pronunciation, play or sing a difficult piece in band and choir, develop a strategic roadmap at a school board meeting, and so much more. Anacortes High School enjoys a statewide reputation for excellence, and it's because of your dedication that makes it so. But in the end, it's your care for our students that really stands out. You make a big difference in our students' lives, and we salute you. Class of 2015, you made it! We are so very proud of your success. Throughout your life at Anacortes High School, we've asked you to think deeply about 3 questions. Who am I? Where am I going? And which is better, chunky or creamy peanut butter? It's a fair question. No, of course, the last question is, how am I going to get there? Even though I sometimes hear you joke about these questions, I know that you've taken them seriously, and they've led you to amazing places. Next year, you'll be attending top-notch colleges and universities in 13 states, including Massachusetts, California, and a wide variety of schools here in Washington State. You'll pursue software development, engineering, nursing, automotive technology, fire protection technology, law enforcement, government, teaching, pre-med, and many other fields. Others in your class will go directly to work, while a handful will serve the nation in the United States military. Here in Anacortes, you've made a mark on us. You've earned a reputation as an incredibly hard-working class. With your schoolwork, athletics, activities, and jobs, you leave many of us regularly shaking our heads saying, where do they find the time? You've also left us with some new knowledge. Your generation taught us YOLO, you only live once. You introduced us to LARPing, live action role-playing. Now, for those of you who don't know LARPing, class president Matt Irving explained, it's really fun. You dress up in armor and run after each other with sword-like objects. This is not a school-sanctioned event. Actually, I have to share that a colleague of mine came into the office rather frazzled the other day, and she said, the strangest thing happened on the way to work. I was driving, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, a group of students dressed like knights ran across the avenue. I looked at her and I said, they're LARPing. In addition to YOLO through LARPing, you've answered other questions for us. And I would say the most important question that many of us have been pondering for a long, long time that you answered this year is, who is Chad? As you get ready for the next step in your journey, many of you have reflected on what it means to live here in Anacortes. In talking to you and reading your essays, I know that the geography of Anacortes runs deep for many of you. You've walked the beach at Washington Park, traversed the Tommy Thompson Trail, ridden a mountain bike down Mount Erie, swum in Cranberry Lake, and felt the wonder of the trees in the vast forest land. One of you wrote about being the 5th generation of pioneers on Guimas Island, and how the island, with its muddy tide flats, gray pebbled shores, and eelgrass, had come to shape you to be the person you are. The island, you wrote, is as much of you as your name or fingerprint. We live in a beautiful place. And as we all know, the beauty comes not only from the physical surroundings, but from the people. Good people live here. Community members have volunteered in your classrooms. They've cheered you on at athletic events, concerts, and plays. They've mentored you in math, robotics, and AVID. They've provided more than $222,000 in scholarships through the Anacortes Schools Foundation, Kiwanis, Rotary, Seroptimus, and many other organizations. They've gone to car washes. They've bought a new tuba for the band program. And on a bigger level, they've supported a new high school. They care about your success. I know that many of you have been inspired by the examples of citizenship you've seen in your life, both here in Anacortes and across the nation and world. And many of you have shared big dreams for how you want to contribute as you enter adulthood. You are determined to make a difference. As one of your classmates recently wrote, I won't feel satisfied basing my career choice solely on money because I want to have a bigger effect on people. I want to do something that matters. This is the same theme that Vice President Joe Biden struck last month as he addressed the class of 2015 at Yale University in a speech that earned strong reviews across the political spectrum. The Vice President's son, Beau, died of cancer just a couple weeks later. It's a very moving speech, and I encourage you to read it online. Keep in mind that Vice President Biden was 30 years old and a new United States Senator when he received a phone call informing him that his wife and 3 children had been in a terrible accident, hit by a tractor trailer while out Christmas shopping back home in Delaware. His wife and daughter died. His 2 sons survived. The Vice President hit upon 2 major themes in his remark: caring for others and doing something in life that matters. When he faced tragedy, his family and friends surrounded him with love and support. In connecting that success in life, he shared that the most successful and happiest people he's known understand that a good life, at its core, is about being personal. He says, it's about being engaged. It's about being there for a friend or a colleague when they're injured or in an accident. Remembering the birthdays, congratulating them on their marriage, celebrating the birth of their child. It's about being available to them when they're going through personal loss. It's about loving someone more than you love yourself. Finally, the Vice President reminds us how important it is to pursue something in life that makes you feel like you're making a difference. He quotes his Irish father who said, it's a lucky man or woman who gets up in the morning, puts both feet on the floor, knows what they're about to do, and thinks it still matters. As superintendent here in Anacortes, I believe what I do matters because I get to support the growth of students like you. I know that the school board, Mr. Rongren, and the entire staff here at AHS and across the district feel the same way. You make us proud. Graduates, would you please stand and clasp each other's hands? Anacortes High School class of 2015. We celebrate your success tonight. You've worked hard, cared for each other, and made such a positive impact at school in your time here. As you leave this place, think about the people in this room who have supported you. Your parents, teachers, counselors, other staff members, coaches, family, and friends, and give thanks for the many hours you've spent together. Go out into the world and take Anacortes with you. Take our beautiful water and forest, take our community spirit, and take the you've become through so many nurturing hands. Go out into the world and make the effort to focus on the personal while finding a way to do something that matters. Go out into the world and be happy. School directors, could you please stand? Board of Directors, in accordance with the laws of the state of Washington, on behalf of our teaching professionals and the entire staff of the Anacortes School District, it is my pleasure as the superintendent to declare that the students standing before you have met all state and local requirements for graduation and are hereby presented to you as the Anacortes High School graduating class of 2015. We will now present our graduates with their high school diploma.
Thanks for being with us today. Helping us with the distribution of the diplomas will be the various board members of the Anacortes School Board, including our student board members Hannah Swartos and Kai Perschbacher. School board member Jeanette Papadakis. It's been a long night for them. Matthew Irving. Jordan Neville. Brenna Ware. Maria Dale. Takeo Nystrom. Ty Johnson. Keith Webster. Jared Malone. Lucy Bessler. Kylie Berlin. Nicholas Papadakis. Shaylee Dalton. Daniel McInerney. Julian Collins. Brooke Reardon. Courtney Nelson. Alyssa Warner. Gabrielle Rich. Trevor Deary. Emma Kraft. School board member Jeanette Papadakis. Alexander Courtwright. Logan Sad. Mitchell Davis. Taylor Phillips. Hope Hurtado. Brian Talbot. Jay Kieser. Abby Kunch. Gunnar Keller. Peter Smith. Kyle Bergfalk. Hannah Breland. Katie Dyer. Zachary Zulo. Benny Garcia. John Schaefer. Liam McPhee. Ryan Milkey. Adam Jones. School board member Aaron Rieger. Che Adams. Malin Lunsford. Scott Sevieri. William Crandall. Natalie Graff. Alicia Corso. Julie Harstad. Lizzie Sanders. Noah Shepard. Daniel Colina. Mark Luciano. Garrett Bowman. Cody Halverson. Benjamin Bartlett. Elizabeth Novi. Tara Augustoni. Aaron Teisinger. Russ Atterbury. Kathy Fan. Sophia Aguilar. School board member Dr. Lynn Lang. Merritt Yaruso. Phoenix Gelden. Ava Hoffman. Tiffany Forrester. Jake Farley. Jason Estrada. Tori Gutierrez. Lin Do. Catherine Hicks. Mackenzie Hallis. Monica Downs. Justine Boyston. Brooke Ryder. Amber Ryder. Catherine Kramer. Carly Graham. Alexander Guajardo. Alexander Bratz. Piers Stramberg. Alexander Bosch. School Board Member Dr. Lynn Lang. Michaela Robles. Liam Minahan. Cherie Hoff. Hallie Freeman. William Lowe. Ryan Fitzgerald. Colin Smolznick. Sahali Rido. Ashley Slater. Emma Nixon. Alexandria Malone. Jasmine Carter. Hunter Wickman. Sean Campbell. Anders Shobin. Dylan Calvert. Aliel Zahir. Alana Brandt. Jared Levine. Trinity Lang. School Board Member Bobby Lynn Hogue. Aaron Post. Nathaniel Lemiski. Stephanie Ristad. Lolly Kushner. Aaron Payne. Jason Kennedy. Sydney Walbert. Jolie Yurkovich. Taylor Peterson Foy. Kyle Jones. Ty Johnson. Lauren Hood. Joshua Johansson. Jared Hansen. Gary Singh. Austin Hanks. Jake Richards. Joseph D'Amelio. Levi Keltner. Elijah Paul Gallo. School board member Bobby. Hannah Mooney. Victoria Miller. Emily Raphael. Aylin Goff. Molly Rockwood. Maeve McCracken. Noda Ciceragos. Jordan Matthews. Hope Fryer. Allison Eaton. Ramsey Terrio. Cameron Maddox. Cody Pranger. Maliko Miniweather Johnson. Sophia Martin. Jacqueline Lofgren. Matteo Palmetti. Shi Yuan Liu. Kingston Hebert. Taylor Austin. School board member Carl Yost. Alexander Stevens. Ryan Sanderson. Nicholas Sorensen. Garrett Mannion. Teresa Toth. Andrew Toth. Francesca Vezzosi. Alessia Piero. Emma Tinjum. Clary Petitclerc. Monica Willoughby. Raven Tomasco. Courtney Schaffner. Shelby Beal. Daniel Richards. Raymond Palmer. Flannery Seal. Sage Olson. Stephen Williams, Jr. Joseph Denmead. School Board Member Carl Yost. Jonathan Macy. Cameron Burgess. Connor Hayes. Carlos Lebanos. Mijak Jones. Catherine Baker. David Payne. Evan Greaves. Nina Wooten. Tara Hayworth. Kira Pelusi. Alexandria Nybarger. Autumn Welsh. Meredith Tyler. Jenna Rayford. Sylvester Barone. Jeffrey Thompson. Blake Prescott. Ione Thomas. Danielle Perry. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2015.
wonderful night we've had, and we feel so honored to have been able to be a part of this celebration with you. On behalf of the 5 Anacortes School Board members, our superintendent, administrators, teachers, counselors, and staff, we bid you a fond farewell. To know you truly has been to love you. We've been touched tonight by your inspiring words, your inspiring music, your thoughtful words, and your incredible stories. Yet this is just the beginning of your great success. So much of your story is still waiting to be written. Know that as you go from here with our sincere admiration, our pride in all that you've achieved, and our very best wishes for your bright and incredible future. The world is waiting for your inspiration, and we can hardly wait to see all the good that we know you'll accomplish. Congratulations, Anacortes High School, class of 2015.